Beautiful. Thank you for joining me for a traditional 90-minute 26 into yoga class. We're going to do 26 postures, 2 breathing exercises, lots of savasanas. It's going to be fun. But before we do that, we will start with 5 rounds of sun salutes to warm up our bodies since we are not in a hot room. For the sun salutes, we're going to start with 2 rounds of half sun salutes, followed by 3 rounds of full sun salutes. The half sun salutes are great options, especially if you have like a wrist, elbow, or shoulder injury or impingement. So if the half salutes are speaking to you, keep doing those when we go into the full sun salutes. You're going to come towards the top of your mat with your feet close together, arms down by your side. Stand back a little bit and show you in grippery. Bring your hands together in heart center, and we'll begin by saluting Surya, the god of sun. As you inhale, lift your arms up overhead. Look up as if you're saluting or greeting the sun. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees, fold forward, hands to floor, relax your head. Inhale through your nose, look forward and lengthen into a halfway lift. Exhale through your nose, bend your knees and fold again, relax your head. Inhale through your nose, chin away from your chest, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. That was the half sun salute. We'll do one more. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lift your chest, lengthen. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, scoop your chest up, arms with your ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. You can continue with those or go into full sun salutes. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, straighten your legs, look forward. Exhale, hands to floor, shoulder width distance, step back into a plank or tabletop position. Now there's 2 options from here. You can go into a down dog or child's pose, or you can take a chaturanga. Hug your elbows into your ribs and imagine you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, you're going to push up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees and take a child's pose instead. Sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, let your head hang heavy. Inhale, arms with your ears, root to rise, lift up, salute the sun. Exhale, hands down. 2 more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Connect to your breath. Inhale, look forward, lengthen. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your plank or tabletop. So remember that you can skip the chaturanga and go straight to your down dog or child's pose, or lean forward, hug your elbows in, squeeze your butt, pull yourself down to the floor. Inhale, push up into your back bend, chest proud, neck long. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, make your arms long, spread your fingers wide, root down through all 28 knuckles and the space between your index finger and thumb, especially if you're in down dog so that you're not putting all of your body weight on your wrists. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms with ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Last one. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back, high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. If you're doing child's pose, think about sinking your hips down towards your heels. If you're doing down dog, try to get your heels to the floor. If your heels don't naturally touch the floor, you can take a wider stance. And if you have tight hamstrings, micro bend your knees to take weight away from the backs of the legs. Otherwise, press your thighs back, heels down, hips up, breathe. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. Beautiful. So that's our little warm up. We will now hop into our beloved 26 into yoga sequence. We'll continue to connect with our breath, starting with 2 rounds of pranayama, standing deep breathing, good for your lungs and respiratory system. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. All the time against the back of your throat. Your nose and your mouth are just a passageway. Breathe as much as possible, as long as possible, as slow as possible. Don't forget to have fun. Come to the middle of your mat space with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate. meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Reach your arms forward. Keep exhaling. Elbows touch. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, touch into the wall in front of you. Inhale, head down. Breathe in through your nose. Down through your throat to the very bottom of your lungs. Exhale, head up. As you exhale, open your mouth wide, like you're fogging up a mirror on the ceiling. Push your elbows together to touch. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles, squeeze your gluteal muscles, lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in the heels, hips a little forward, hip muscles contracting, thighs tight. Inhale, head down. As you inhale, suck your stomach in, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Suck it in, hold it in tight. Exhale, head up. Even as you exhale, core tight, chest proud, shoulders down, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So just the neck and arms move. Shoulders stay out of the ears. Lower body stays still like a statue. Exhale, head up. Just your head drops back. No backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every new inhale, you want to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in, breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up, take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling, push, squeeze, elbows touch. Change, arms down. You can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, feet together, interlock your fingers, switch the grip, other thumb, pinky finger on top. Bring all of your knuckles underneath your chin like glue. So lovely to see you all today. Squeeze your thighs, squeeze your butt, stomach in, grow taller out of the base of your spine, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose, lift your elbows up, suck your stomach in, fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up, exhale through your mouth, slowly push your head back, reach your arms forward, keep exhaling, elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, full lungs. Exhale, head up, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, elbows touch, 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty. Inhale, head down. So through the breathing exercise, we're learning to expand the lung capacity. Open your ribs, open your lungs, lift your elbows. Exhale, head up. We're learning to breathe a little slower, a little longer, a little deeper. Arms forward, elbows touch. Inhale, head down. So in pranayama breathing exercises, right, we learn how to control our breath. Chin down, elbows up, full lungs. Exhale, head up. We also learn how to synchronize the breath with the body movements. Elbows touch when your lungs are empty, not before or after. Inhale, I'll do a few with you. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale. Stomach in, elbows touch. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, 2 more. Exhale. Inhale, head down, last breath. Second set, deepest breath of your life when your lungs are totally full. Surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now. Elbows touch. Change. Arms down. We'll continue with Ardha Chandrasana with Padasthasana, half moon of hands to feet pose, starting to wake up the whole spine and the shoulders. Feet together, inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip. Please don't lose the grip. Stretch up out of your waist and bend right and left, right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, stretch up a little taller, like you're trying to touch the ceiling. And when you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, hips and pelvis opening, suck your stomach in, upper body back, chest and rib cage opening, touch your biceps to your ears. Throughout the posture, keep your palms together, wrists straight, biceps of your ears, weight in the heels. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the right, press your hips to the left. Slowly bend your body to the right without bending your elbows, without bending your knees. Continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Just remember, it's the first posture of the day and there's no rush, nowhere you need to be, nothing you have to prove to yourself, to me, to anyone else. All you have to do is breathe in and out through the nose. That's a wonderful gift that you've given yourself and nobody can take it away from you. Keep the weight in your heels, press your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Push your left hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Option to stay here or get a little deeper at the end. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Imagine you could lean your whole spine against a wall behind you. Press your hips forward, pull your abdomen in, slide your breastbone up, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right, breathe through your nose. If at any point in class you find that you're holding your breath, you can't breathe, or you have to breathe through your mouth, it's a sign you might have gone a little too far. Now, in some back bends that we do, you might not be able to do like full deep belly breaths in and out through the nose, and that's okay, but you're never depriving your body of oxygen for any long period of time, right? You want to think about flooding your body with oxygen the whole time. Focus, once you have the breath, focus on the form, weight in the heels, hips forward, arms back, right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward. If you have breath and form, then go for depth at the end, come down, push, 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 change. Inhale to come up, stop in the middle. First back bend of the sequence, I'll show you from the side. Take a deep breath, full lungs. Keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So whole spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bend your total spine backward bending. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, squeeze your butt. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward. Keep your chest lifted and your arms long. Now bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back, change. Inhale to come up, lengthen, stretch up, decompress the spine. Exhale, stomach in, bend your knees, fold hands to floor, relax your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, and flexible. Padasthasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor. Pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, with a smiling, happy face. It's kind of poetic. Keep pulling, keep stretching, keep breathing. Keep in mind that in a cold day in January, your body might not be as warmed up as in a warm day in July, right? So you're never forcing the body to fold. Roll forward a little bit more, lift your hips up a little bit more, breathe. Change, come on up, chin away from the chest, arms to the ears, knees can bend as you lift up. Float your arms down, let your shoulders drop, keep your neck long, and you stand a little taller, right? In between every posture from here on out, we want to find a little bit of stillness and breath. Second set, feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, switch the grip, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs. Press your heels down, push your hips forward, pull your abdomen in, lean your upper body back, inhale, stretch up out of your waist. Exhale, slowly bend to the right, press your hips to the left. So we do 2 sets of every posture for a reason. The first set is kind of diagnostic. You're checking in with like, hey, like my glutes are a little tight today, or like, ooh, my right shoulder hurts a little bit, right? You're taking all that information in. And then the second set, you use that information. So maybe you go a little deeper, maybe you go a little slower, maybe you do a little less. Maybe all you have to do is breathe in and out to your nose. Less is more until one day less is less. If you can't feel anything right, that's when you get a little deeper. Push your hips to the left, stretch your upper body to the right, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Heels down, stomach in, stretch up, and slowly bend to the left, press your hips to the right. And then this style of yoga, it is always form before depth. We care more about healing the body than about folding into a pretzel. So my order of operations is breath, can I breathe? Form, can I hold the alignment? Depth, can I get a little deeper at the end? So as you breathe through the nose, bring the weight back into your heels, hips a little forward, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your right hip a little forward to get your 2 hips in line. Now bring your left shoulder forward, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Keep the weight in your heels, arms locked, chin away from the chest, come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up, second heart opener. Take a deep breath, full lungs, keep your eyes open, relax your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and take your arms back with your ears. So this is an example of a posture where you might find it hard to breathe when you're in it, right? We call it 80-20 breathing. You take a deep breath at the end. So you fill up your lungs or at the beginning, you fill up your lungs to like 80% capacity, and then you skim off of that big pocket of air in your lungs, doing like 20% breathing, little sips of air in and out through the nose, 80-20 breathing. Keep the weight in your heels, lock your legs, push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up. Now bring your arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change, inhale to come up, big stretch up. Exhale, stomach in, fold, arms to the ears, hands to floor, drop your head. Go for another walk, move your hips, shake your head. In the second set, notice what's a little bit more warmed up in the lower back, the hips, the hamstrings, and what's still a little tighter, tender, right? You're just checking in with your body. Second set, Padasthasana, bend your knees halfway. Then you can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, little fingers touch side by side. You'll notice your hands kind of perfectly fit under your heels. Pull in your heels, roll your weight into your toes and lift your hips up. Try to wrap your elbows back behind you like you're trying to touch your elbows together behind you. Push your biceps into the outsides of your calves. Roll forward into the big toes. Imagine you're sliding your stomach down your thighs, chest down your knees, face down the shins towards the floor. One day the top of the head touches the top of the toes. Pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back. Try to lock your knees. Change. Come on up. Arms with ears. Chin away from the chest. Knees can bend as you lift. Beautiful. Float your arms down. Once again, you just stand tall and breathe. Awkward, Ookatasana. Step your right foot to the right about 6 inches, hip width distance, insides of your feet, perfectly parallel like 11s. Bring your arms up, parallel to the floor. Tricep muscles tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, fingers in line with your collarbones. Reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair. Feet flat position, spine straight to begin with, 100% of your body weight in your heels. Sit down halfway, only hips into a chair. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles, suck it in, hold it in tight. Shift the weight back into your heels, move your hips back to the wall behind you. Now lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, way back, change. Come on up, keep your arms there, press your hips forward, spread your toes wide, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up at the top, bend your knees, sit down and lean back. Keep your heels lifted. Touch your head and hips to an imaginary wall behind you. Lift your heels a little higher, triceps tight, knees a little higher, spine long, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change. Last part, come on up, still breathing. Squeeze your knees and thighs together. Let your heels come a little off the floor and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body, stop whenever you want. You can also put your hands on the floor to help yourself in, or keep sitting down. Stop when there's a ½ inch gap between your hips and your heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, thighs parallel to the floor, arms parallel to the thighs, spine perfectly straight. From the side, looks like you're holding a box. Change, slowly come up, squeeze your knees and thighs together as you lift. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Beautiful. Second set, step your right foot to the right, same footprint, hip width distance showing you from the side. Bring your arms up parallel to the floor, reach your arms forward, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. So you're folding forward and sticking your butt out. Your arms are your counterbalance. Keep your neck long, you're looking forward the whole time. Suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up. Change, push yourself up. Rather than sticking your butt out, press your hips forward. And rather than sticking your butt out at all, right, you almost want to tuck your tailbone under to eliminate any curvature in the lower spine. Lift your heels as high as you can. Concentrate, meditate, levitate, stretch up, sit down. Focus one unmoving spot in front of you. Don't even blink your eyes. Lift your heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, last part, come on up, still breathing. Squeeze your knees together, heels a little off the floor, slowly sit down. The slower you do, the better you do, like an elevator ride. As you get to the ground floor, you slow down even more. Squeeze your knees together and forward, lift your chest, drop your shoulders, keep your fingers together, and change. Slowly come up. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Eagle pose, Garudasana. Look at your arms, identify which arm is right, which arm is left. Don't mix them up. Keep in mind, I am not mirroring you. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, swing right arm under left arm. Right elbow under left elbow. Cross first at your elbows. Again, if you can, at your wrist, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pinkies away from your face. You can also interlock fingers, grab a thumb, or grab your shoulders and give yourself a nice hug. Either way, pull your elbows down. Bend your knees, sit down into a chair, stay down there, lean back and bring your right leg over your left leg, right leg over left leg. Cross your legs each other, twist like ropes. Eventually wrap your right foot behind your left calf muscle. One day, all 5 toes visible. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes. Notice if you're grabbing the floor with your toes, bring the weight back into your heel. Think about shifting your shins and hips back. Sit a little bit lower, pull your elbows down, upper body back at the end. Good, change. Feet together, inhale, arms up, left side. Exhale, swing left arm, under right arm, left elbow, under right elbow, cross first at the elbows, again at the wrists, palms together, thumbs towards your face. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down like the first part of chair pose, awkward. Stay down there, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg, left over right, cross, twist, squeeze, and breathe. You might notice that this side feels different from the other side. It does for me. You might know why that is, like an injury, an illness, a surgery, or you might have had no idea until now that right shoulder is a little tighter than left shoulder, and that's a good place to be too. Through yoga, as we notice little incongruencies in our body, you can even start to connect the dots to how like an injury in my left hip might affect, my right elbow, for example. Bring your knees to the left, upper body to the right. For now, just try to get elbows over your knees. Bring the weight back into your heel. Sit a little bit lower, breathe a little slower. Upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, inhale, arms up. Second set, exhale, right arm, under left arm, think bicep under tricep, pull your elbows down. One day fingers go below the nose, bend your knees, sit back and down, hips into a chair, stay down there, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg. Hamstring over quadricep, cross your legs, twist like ropes, breathe through your nose, move your left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward, bring weight back into your heel, sit down more, elbows down more, stomach in, upper body back at the end. Change, feet together, arms up, last one, here we go. Left arm, under right arm, pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit down, lean back, and bring left leg over right leg. As we transition into the balancing part of class, It's normal to fall out. If you fall out, hop back in. We say falling out of a posture makes you a human, but hopping back in makes you a yogi. Bring the weight back into your heel, sit down, elbows down, stomach in, upper body back. Change, feet together, arms up, arms down. Party time, you can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers, friends. Great to be here with all of you. Sometimes water just really hits, you know, I'm like, that tastes delicious. Okay, thank you, Britta. Standing head to knee, balancing series. Dandayamana Janu Sharasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex all 5 toes back towards your face. You're using your hip flexor and core strength to keep the right leg lifted, stomach in. Option to stay here or round down and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. From start to finish, standing legs should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. Option to stay here if you have your grip on your foot and you know your left leg is locked. No bend, no wobble. Inhale, breathe in. Slowly, gently. Lift your right leg up, stretch it forward until your right leg is exactly parallel to the floor. No higher, no lower. Standing leg lock, take a breath. Kick your heel forward, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If your standing leg is bending a lot, posture hasn't started. Lift your hips. If both legs lock, from the side legs, make an upside down L like Linda. Puff up your chest and then bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Lock your knee. Change. Arms straight. Bend the right leg. Right foot down. Especially in the 90-minute version of this class, the balancing postures are intended to be endurance postures and also quite cardiovascular. So in the first set, we hold them longer. Again, if you fall out, you just hop back in. Shift your weight to your right leg, contract your inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, squeeze your butt, use your side seat as well, use your hip flexor core strength. Lift your left leg up, flex all 5 toes back, stomach in. You can stay here, or as you're ready, round down and pick up your left foot. All 10 fingers interlocked, even your thumb included in the grip. Evenly distribute your body weight on your right foot without grabbing the floor with your toes, right? So if the weight is all back in your heel, bring the weight forward a little bit so your hip is over your ankle. If your standing leg is locked and you can breathe through your nose, inhale. Slowly, gently lift your left leg up. Continue to breathe. Press your heel forward. Hip forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. Again, if your standing leg is bending a lot, think about lifting your hips up so that your knee is over your ankle. You're not hyperextending your knee, you're not jamming your knee back, you're just keeping the knee over the ankle. From the side, if both legs lock, puff up your chest, lock your arms, and then bend your elbows down. Touch your elbows to your calf muscles. One day, elbows go below the calf muscles. Notice where your shoulders are in relationship to your ears. Roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Bring your chest down more. Change. Slowly reverse out. You can put your hands on your back and do a little back bend or a knee bend. Good. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg. Lift your right leg up. Flex your toes back, round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Inhale, breathing, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, hold and breathe. Whenever you're ready, slowly bring the head up, arms straight, bend the right leg, right foot down. Good for you. Last one, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, lift your left leg up, toes back, round down, pick up your foot. And notice even here, you're halfway there to touching your head to your knee, right? This is a compression posture. We're squeezing, compressing the abdominal wall. Can you keep your right big toe on the floor the whole time? Inhale, lift your left leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, lock your knee, Lock your knee, lock your knee. Whenever you're ready, slowly reverse out. Good for you. Okay, that was a forward curl and a compression posture. Next, we're going to do a big back bend and a shoulder opener. These are complementary postures. Standing, bow pulling pose, Dandayamana, Dhanurasana. Feet together, bring your right hand up, elbow touches the body, palm faces the ceiling. Bring your hand out to the right. Give yourself a high five for practicing yoga today. Yes, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger. Bring your left arm up and back with your ear, knees together to start. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up. And when you're ready, slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Back bend, breathe through your nose. Once you've got a solid foundation in the posture, start to come down parallel to the floor. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. From the side, 2 heels in line. Kick back and up, in other words, 2 shoulders in line. Touch your chin to your shoulder, shoulder blade, scapula, stretching away from the body. Kicking and stretching should be equal, simultaneous, 50-50. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. If you fall out, hop back in, kick even harder. Bring the body down more. Leg up more, reach your arm forward, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle. Bring your right arm up and all the way back with your ear. Notice if one hip is higher or further back than the other. Try to start with your left hip forward and down, knees close together to start. This is a good place to be. You're already opening through the chest, the shoulder, stretching the quad, working on your balance. You can always stay here. Or when you're ready, lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously, kick your left leg back and up. And remember, this side might feel different from the other side, and that's okay. At first, you just want to find a place where you can breathe, back bend, and be still. Once you've got the balance, the breath and the back bend start to come down. The more you come down, the more the heart rate increases, the more you stretch the back of the standing leg. Reach the right arm forward. Relax the left shoulder back until the left shoulder becomes invisible behind the right shoulder. Your chest is opening to the left side of the room. This is a spine twist. Now, sometimes when our back is tight, which is all of us, the hips will try to compensate by the left hip lifting up. Try to keep your left hip down the whole time, so your hips face the floor even as your shoulders start to open up, and that's where the spine twist starts to occur. It's not easy. The left hip might lift up a little bit, right? That's okay, but notice if one hip is way higher than the other, try to even them out. Keep the chin and chest lifted as you come down parallel to the floor. Body down more, leg up more, reach your right shoulder forward, try to touch the wall in front of you. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. So if ever I fall out towards the end of a posture, I'll always hop back in, even if it's just to the setup, for a little mental note that you finished the posture. Second set, bring your right hand up, out to the right, reach back without turning or twisting your wrist, pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle, knees together, left arm up and back with your ear. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, breathe through your nose. Keep your tricep tight, all 5 fingers together, palm of your left hand faces the floor. Keep your left arm parallel to the floor, no higher, no lower, chin and chest lifted. You want to come down until your 2 heels are in line, kick back and up, 2 shoulders in line, body down, leg up, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly kick your way out of the posture, right foot down, arms down. Last one, bring your left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle bone, thumb with your index finger, right arm up and back, left hip forward, knees together. Lift your right kneecap, point your left toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Standing bow pulling pose, a bow like an archery. Your right arm makes the arrow, piercing the air. Iyengar takes it a step further. He says body is the bow, posture is the arrow, but the target is the soul. It doesn't really matter if you can do the standing splits, but it matters deeply that you love yourself, that you're connecting with yourself through your Yogasana practice. Body down to parallel, big toe to the ceiling, charge your body forward, kick, 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 change, kick up, and come down. Good for you. Come to the back of your mat and towel, Tula Dandasana, balancing stick. We purposely go from one of the longer postures to the shortest, very much on purpose. Balancing stick Tula Dandasana is only around 10 seconds. You have to make up your mind to use 100% of your strength in half a second. If you're late, it's over. Sometimes it's okay for it to be over. And you will notice in this posture that the setup is longer than the posture itself. And sometimes when our mind starts going and our heart is racing, we want to rush through the setup. But the setup in every posture is actually part of your practice. So stay in your body, stay in your breath. Feet together, inhale, arms up, palms together, interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs. Nice tight grip, don't lose the grip. Lean back and stretch up. Throughout the posture, keep your arms with your ears. Step your right foot forward, a big step. Shift your weight into your right foot, stretch up, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, stretch. And when you're ready, come down like a slow moving seesaw. Arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. So from the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Change, slowly come up, left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up. Notice if your hands are coming apart, squeeze your palms together up to the wrists. Step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot. Evenly distribute your body weight on all four corners of your left foot. Stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Charge your body forward. Try to touch the wall in front of you, shoulder blade, scapula coming out of the body. Chest down, chin forward, lift your leg up, leg up, leg up. Change, right foot down, left foot back. Slowly float your arms down. Take a breath. Second set, arms up, palms together, switch the grip. Interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, squeeze your butt, lean back, lift your chest, stomach in. Step your right foot forward, lock both legs, stomach in, stretch, and tilt. Every muscle in the body contracting, but the face stays relaxed. You want to contract your muscles coming in and out of the posture to protect the joints. Body down more, leg up more, stretch forward, stretch back, change. Keep the muscles contracted as you come up with control. Left foot down, right foot back, lean back, stretch up, touch your biceps to your ears, stretch, and tilt. So reach the arms forward, stretch the big toe back like a human tug of war. Bring the body down, leg up, stretch and stretch and stretch. Change, keep the muscles contracted as you come up, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Enough of that. You can come to the top of your mat and face the long side of your mat for the next three postures. I will face you, standing, separate leg stretching, Dandayamana, Vikaptapada, Paschimottanasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. So in those balancing postures, our heart rate increases. So what do we do now? We go upside down, right? Getting a nice rush of blood to the head. You can always start with your hands on the floor in front of you. You can also grab the outsides of your feet, or eventually grab your heels from behind. Step on all 10 fingers, pull on your heels. Roll your weight into your toes. So in this posture, you want the weight in the balls of your feet, not your heels. Everybody roll forward, find your edge. Lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. Again, you're not hyperextending the knees, right? You just want the knees over the ankles with the quadricep muscles contracting, kneecaps, thigh skin lifting up. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, breathe, lift your hips up, lock your knees. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine stretching, whole spine stretching, whole body stretching. 3, 60-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor in between your feet. If your forehead's not yet touching the floor, take a bigger step. Roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, full stretch, breathe. change. Slowly come up, arms parallel to the floor, stomach in the whole time. Step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down. If your forehead easily touched the floor in the first set, maybe take a little bit of a smaller step so your hamstrings and spine can stretch more. If your forehead was nowhere near the floor, maybe take a little bit of a bigger step. Second set, arms up. Step your right foot to the right. Step, arms down, parallel to the floor. It can be 2 feet, 3 feet, 5 feet. Toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, go down. So can you keep your quadricep muscles contracted the whole time? If your knees are bending a lot, right, start with your hands on the floor in front of you. Lock your hands forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs. So when we contract the quadricep muscles, the hamstrings release. When one side of the body engages, the other side relaxes. We are bipeds. That's actually like how you walk around, right? So if you can contract the quads, then the hamstrings will stretch. If you can grab a hold of your feet, then you can pull and stretch the upper body down too. Think about folding your stomach through thighs, chest through knees. And when your head is like an inch or two away from the floor, you're just going to drop your head so the top of your head touches the floor in between your feet rather than in front of your feet. Now again, if your forehead's not touching the floor yet, take a little bit of a bigger step. Roll forward one more time, hips up and forward, pull, stretch, breathe, touch your head to the floor in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up. Take your time. Step your right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down. Beautiful. Next is triangle trikonasana. This is the summit of the standing series. This posture utilizes strength and flexibility, equal simultaneous 50-50. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. Exhale. Step your right foot to the right, nice generous step, arms down parallel to the floor. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back. Turn your right foot out, left toes in. Inhale, bend your right knee and lunge. Eventually, your right thigh bicep will be parallel to the floor. Sit as low as you can, lean back, and move your arms at the same time. Now, if your thigh is parallel to the floor, then elbow in front of the knee. However, if there's more of a diagonal line like mine, maybe the wrist or forearm in front of the knee. You don't want to stay all the way lifted, but you also don't want to collapse all the way down, right? You want a nice 45-degree angle, diagonal line from your ankle to the crown of your head. Look up to the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder for a spine twist. Reach your left arm up, stretch your right arm down, sit down more, chest up more, turn and twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your right leg. Right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left knee and lunge, sit down low, lean back and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, everybody aim your fingertips towards your big toe rather than your heel. Now look up towards the ceiling, touch your chin to your shoulder or reach your shoulder up, touch your shoulder to your chin, breathe. Push your right hip forward and down. Push your left knee back with the help of your elbow. Bring your left rib cage forward, roll the right rib cage back, turn and twist upper body back like spine twisting posture. Sit down more, chest up more, keep your core tight, turn and twist, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, rotate your arms, straighten your left leg. Left toes in, right foot back to the place, arms up, arms down, take a breath. Second set, inhale, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, nice big step, arms down parallel to the floor. You want your ankles under your wrists. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back, stretch up tall. Turn your right foot out, left toes in, bend your right knee and lunge. Now, if your step is too short and your knee is going beyond your ankle, that can hurt your knee, right? So take a bigger step. You want your knee directly over your ankle, shin perpendicular to the floor. Sit down, lean back, and move your arms, elbow in front of the knee. Hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Don't touch the floor. Don't push any weight on the floor. You want to keep your chest lifted as you look up and stretch up. Push your left hip forward and down, stomach in. Push your right knee back with the help of your elbow, chest up. Reach your arms apart. Imagine you're going to squeeze your heels back together. Feet stay in place. But that's the inner thigh strength we want to engage. Turn and twist. Lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, right toes in, left toes out, two heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge, sit down low, lean back, keep your spine straight and move your arms. So eventually, maybe by taking a bigger step, right, you're gonna sit all the way down, left leg makes an upside down L like Linda, look up, stretch up, squeeze your core. Press your hips forward, lean your upper body back. Eventually you could lean against a wall behind you, look up, stretch up, triceps tight, right arm up, left arm down, sit a little lower, breathe a little slower, turn, twist upper body back, like spine twisting posture. Lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change, move your arms, straighten your leg, left toes in, right foot back, arms up, arms down. Good. So that posture also elevates the heart rate. This is also the part of class where, we've been practicing yoga for a while and sometimes we lose focus. This next posture is going to move intentionally slow to kind of like bring us back into our body, back into the present moment. So again, kind of like balancing stick, this is an opportunity to go slow because you'll notice that the setup is almost as long as the posture, very much on purpose. Inhale, arms up. Palms together, only cross your thumbs. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet, a nice step. Shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes and pivot on your heels. This pivoting action on the heels also stimulates the nervous system a little bit to keep you awake. Turn your back toes in, push your left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times beyond your flexibility. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. Backside foot makes a 45-degree angle, stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, round your spine, touch your exactly forehead and knee together, front side compression, throat choked, eyes open, breathing normal. Stretch your fingertips beyond your big and second toe, bring maximum weight to your right front foot, lift your right hip up, press your left hip forward to get your 2 hips in line. If your forehead and knee aren't touching with a straight leg, right, you can bend your front leg. You can always take a bigger or smaller step. You can really push the floor away from you, chin to chest, eventually forehead and knee touch, but you are in no way forcing your spine to round. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together, change, slowly uncurl, chin to chest, arms to your ears, head up last. So we're going to stimulate our nervous system on purpose here. Shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes, and see if you can pivot in one sweep 180 degrees. Whee! Uncross your heels, turn your back toes in, squeeze your right butt cheek, push your right hip forward, 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 until you feel your inner thighs swipe together. Your hips and your armpits are both facing forward. Big stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and slowly go down. Round, scoop, curl, tuck, concave. This is the second of 3 head to knee compression postures. Touch your forehead to your knee. Again, you can bend your front leg. You can turn your back toes forward and in more if that helps. You can take a bigger or smaller step. You can push the floor away from you. Lots of options to get your forehead and knee closer together. But just keep in mind, they don't have to touch, right? If it's accessible for you, go for it, right? But if it does not feel good, don't do it. This is both a forward curl and a rounded spine posture. So it's one to be cautious of if you have a history of slipped discs or if your back is a little achy on this winter morning, right? Doesn't mean you can't do it. It just means you want to go slow and listen to your body. And that's why we go slow in the setup, we go slow in the posture, eventually forehead and knee touch. Push your forehead into your knee, lift your kneecaps, lock your legs, hands together, change. Slowly uncurl, right hip forward, right shoulder forward, full stop at the top. Pick up your toes, pivot to face forward, right foot back, arms down. So if you've ever gone to physical therapy for like back pain or a back injury, they'll tell you that the back bends are where it's at, right? That's healing. And postures like this one are kind of a physical therapist's worst nightmare because you're folding forward and rounding your spine. So like, why would we do it, right? Yoga is different from physical therapy. A lot of it is actually eerily similar, like perhaps one copied from the other, but a lot of it is different, right? Why would we do a posture that could harm your back? Well, we tend to think about it in English as a spine rounding posture, but in yoga and in Ayurvedic medicine, it's more about what's going on in the front of your body. It's a compression posture. So I'll go over the purported Ayurvedic benefits, the medicinal benefits of this posture in the second set to explain why it's less about rounding the spine and more about engaging, squeezing into the core. Second set, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, other thumb on top. Step your right foot to the right, 3 to 4 feet. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels. Turn your back toes in. Push your left hip forward, forward, forward. 2 hips in line, 2 heels in line. You can turn your back toes in and forward as much as you want. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. So we're squeezing and compressing our abdominal wall, so much so that eventually, but it doesn't have to be today, the forehead and knee touch. So in Ayurvedic medicine, it's believed forehead to knee contact stimulates the pineal gland or third eye chakra. Chin to chest stimulates the throat chakra or the thyroid, parathyroid glands. This posture is supposed to be good if you have hyper or hypothyroidism, good for regulating the thyroid. Pulling the abdomen in massages the internal organs. There's this idea that the same way that we massage our muscles, we also want to massage what's going on in the inside. And it's specifically called a marriage of the pancreas and kidneys. The idea is you suck your stomach in so much that the pancreas on the deepest level of the abdominal wall squeezes and almost runs in or marries the kidneys on the lower middle back. It's a master posture for the glandular system and the endocrine system. Push forehead into knee, lock your knees, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, left hip forward, left shoulder forward, full stop at the top. When you're ready, shift your weight to your heels, pick up your toes, pivot to the other side of the room. I'm going to face you. A couple tricks to balance. Heels are in line, but they're not crisscross, right? That'll make it hard to balance. And as you go down, you're going to bring your weight to your front foot, and having the weight in the front foot will help with balance. Stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, go down. So we are working on balance, strength, and control. Can you look at your belly button all the way down? You can't see your front foot all the way down. Weight shifts into your front foot, but the back leg stays straight, back heel on the floor. Tuck your chin to your chest. Again, do any adjustment you need to touch your forehead and knee together. Now, if you can touch your forehead to your knee, you're telling me that you can round your whole upper body over half of your lower body, all of your vertebrae over one femur bone. That is true extension of the spine, true compression of the abdominal wall, good mobility in the upper and lower body. And if you can bring your hands back together, you're working on balance too. Push your forehead into your knee, lock your legs, hands together, change. Imagine you're dragging your forehead up your thigh, your chest. You're gaining a lot of strength, balance, and control as you come in and out of this posture. Head up last, good for you. Pivot on your heels, step your right foot back, float your arms down. Good, come to the middle of your mat for the hip opening series. We return to balance a little bit, tree pose Tadasana. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up, heel to costume, slowly, gently. Let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. You can bring one or both hands up to the center of your chest. Elbows down, spine straight. So if you've ever had to memorize something, one tool to memorization is to study really hard for let's say 30 minutes, and then you walk away from it for 20 minutes, and then you come back and you study it again. And that intense study, relaxation, and intense study again helps to focus it in the mind. It's kind of what we're doing with muscle memory balancing on one leg. We balanced on one leg for a while, then we let it go, and now we're coming back to it. So there's good muscle memory for your next class. Change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, lock your right leg, and lift your left leg up. Eventually heel to costume. Your posture might also look like this, or this, or this, right? You're never forcing your body. Your posture might look like this. If it hurts for your knee to drop, don't do it. Eventually, left knee drops down and back into a half lotus shape, eventually two knees in line. And what I mean by that is eventually your knee's going to drop so far back that it looks like your two knees are in line from the side. Now notice if you're sticking your butt out or folding forward, you want to press your hips forward and lift your chest up, temporarily eliminating any curvature in your spine. You can bring one or both hands together. On this side, my foot falls, so I'm going to hold on to my foot the whole time. Again, we're not symmetrical, and that's okay. The goal of yoga is really self-realization, getting to know yourself better. It doesn't have to be that your body is perfectly symmetrical or that you can balance in every posture, right? That's okay. Change, left leg down. Next, we do toe stand, Padasthasana. You can also do a second set of tree pose or maybe somewhere in between. I'll walk us through it. Pick a spot on the floor, 4 feet in front of you. Don't move your eyes. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, and lift your right leg up. Heel to costume. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. You can bring one or both hands together. As you look towards the floor, start to fold forward. Try to keep your leg straight and your back flat. Hands to floor. This might be enough for today, or you can walk your hands forward, lean forward, lift your left heel, bend your knee, sit down. As you sit down, you want your weight in your arms. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Now, whether you're in tree pose or toe stand, point your right toes and think about stretching the crown of your head up to the ceiling, left hand up to the center of your chest, Right hand, palms together, toe stand, come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet, or you can lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good. Change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg. I'll show you from the side. Lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, feel the costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring both hands together, but if your foot tends to fall, hold on to it on the way down, look towards the floor, concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. As you're ready, fold forward. So this is a really good place to be, even with a little bit of a micro bend in the standing leg. If you're here, it's a great side seat stretch. Option to stay here or walk your hands forward like you're going to do a handstand, right? You want the weight in your arms as you bend your knee and sit down. So there's no weight in the knee when you bend it. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. You can bring left hand and then right hand together. Spine straight. Eventually come a half inch off your heel. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet or push your hands into the floor. Lift your hips up, straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out. Good for you. Change, left leg down on yourself. Give yourself high five, fist bump, turn around, Savasana. We are on the floor for the rest of class. I'm going to adjust our camera angle ever so slightly. Whee! Okay. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Heels together, toes fall open. Arms down by your sides, palms face the ceiling. Eyes open, mouth closed. Breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. You lie down with your limbs close together when you hold still. Your heart and lungs don't have to work very hard to pump fresh blood and oxygen through the body. This is a truly restorative posture. This is the time of year where many of us set resolutions or goals for the new year, which I think is really beautiful, and I love it. And it's never really been my thing. Like, I'm not a big resolution person, but I like the idea. But I keep thinking about this quote from Bikram, who's a flawed person, but also has some decent quotes. And he says, you know, you're never too old, you're never too sick, it's never too late to start from scratch once again. And I think that's an extra important message to hear this time of year, because already in the last week, I've talked to friends who are like, well, already messed up that resolution, but it's not all or nothing, right? You fall out of a posture, you hop back in. You mess up a resolution, you hop back in. You realize halfway through January, hey, that goal that I set really is not in line with my values. Let it go, pick a new goal, right? You don't have to wait till January 1st every year to change your life. And yoga is a real testament to that, right? You can step onto your mat anytime, any day, any place. Take a slow breath in through your nose, out through your nose. And all of a sudden, this whole new world of possibilities opens up to you. So play around, have fun. The floor series begins with Ookatasana when you're moving pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, nice tight white knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in, look down the center line of your body, squeeze and hold. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. So in medicine, what we're doing here is actually a diagnostic test for if you have an anteriorly rotated pelvis, right? If your right leg is coming off the floor, flex your right toes back towards your face. So again, there's a medicinal or like a Western medical purpose for this posture, but in yoga, the purpose is to remove gas bubbles from the stomach. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other. So again, there's lots of crossover between physical therapy, between like Western, Eastern medicine. Everybody borrows from everyone. Fun, squeeze your knees together and down. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in a little bit. Look down the center line of your body, squeeze and breathe. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. So in Western medical textbooks, this is what's called the anatomical position. And in yoga, this is what's called Savasana or corpse pose. And it's not like I think that like Western medicine like stole the anatomical position from yoga, of course not. But interestingly, in India, there's, you know, images of people lying like this for thousands of years because, right, it's easy to imagine what the whole body is doing versus like in, you know, more like European and Western medicine, like the anatomical position has come about in probably the last, I don't know, 300, 400 years. Second set, bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, switch your grip, pull your knee out and down. So again, this is a diagnostic test in medical facilities for what's going on with your pelvis, but in yoga, you're pushing the pads of your fingers into the backs of your hands to strengthen your grip. You're pulling down to open the hip capsule to tone your biceps, and you're purposely putting pressure on the lower right abdomen, right? It's called wind removing pose for a reason. Change, right leg down, left leg up, pull your knee out and down. And all of this is not a black and white either or position. This can be both a diagnostic test of what's going on with your pelvis and a good hip opener and a good way to relieve indigestion if your stomach ever hurts, right? So if your right calf muscle does not touch the floor, you want to flex the right toes back to neutralize the pelvis. Change, left leg down, both legs up, grab your elbows each other, maybe other elbow on top, squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor, look down the center line of your body. So think about tucking your chin in a little bit, puff your chest up a little bit. Let your belly button be heavy like lead, and then squeeze your knees together. Press your shins into your forearms to roll your hips onto the floor. So eventually the whole spine starts to lengthen and realign. Change, arms down and eyes open. And again, like with what I'm calling Western and Eastern medicine, which I actually think even that is like a false dichotomy, with different styles of medicine, especially today, everybody is learning from everybody. And again, I don't think it's an either or. I think if you know your knee hurts, I think you should go to a doctor. I don't think that it's like all simply turmeric supplements, right? I think that Western medicine is really important. And I think that things like yoga, or maybe some Ayurvedic remedies can work in tandem with that. So I'm always very like pro doctor, go to doctors. Some yoga people don't do that. Please go to a doctor if you're hurting in any way, but also keep in mind that yoga is a great supplement to that, right? Or some, what we would call alternative medicine. I don't particularly like that term, but I think there can be value in some of it, right? Maybe not all of it, but some of it. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, knee on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, cross your thumbs, take a breath, hold your breath, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Exhale, grab your big toes, exhale, elbows to floor, forehead to knees. Good. Turn, lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Lujungasana, good for your lower lumbar spine. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders, so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% spine strength. Beautiful. Come up halfway only. Elbows stay bent. They make an L, a 90-degree angle like a rectangle. Hug your arms into your sides. Roll your shoulders back and down. Stretch your elbows to your hip bones. Don't forget about your cobra's tail. Keep your feet together. Toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, push the tops of your feet, hips and hands flat into the floor. So your hands aren't cupping, right? The hands are flat, all 5 fingers together. Push feet, hips, and hands down. Now look up, chin up, chest up, stretch up, breathe up, change. Beautiful. Slowly lower down. Look to your right, left ear on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open. Second set, bring your chin forward, place your hands flat on the floor below your shoulders so your elbows point up. Zip up your legs, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, look up and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. So the toes point back and the fingers point forward. Notice if your arms are coming out to the side, hug your arms in, roll your shoulders back and down. In this posture, we're doing a back bend, right? It's healing compression to the spine, right? Your physical therapist would tell you, yes, do this posture. It's really good for the back. We're also stretching the fascia on the chest. We're relaxing the shoulders down and keeping the neck long, releasing tension from the neck and shoulders, where a lot of us tend to carry tension, especially in the winter months. And we're also strengthening the whole back of the body, right? So your glutes are tight and the muscles around your back are strengthening as you lift your chest up. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, arms down, heels open, breathe. Locust Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face the floor. Option to keep your arms out to the side with your palms facing down, or bring your arms underneath you. Ooh, my back cracked there, that felt so good. One day, pinky fingers touch, spread your fingers wide. Press your shoulders, triceps down, lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Stretch your big toe back, lengthen, and lift. Change, slowly right leg down. Relax right leg, lock left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. Left leg should be solid, concrete, one piece, lamp post, unbroken. You have no knee. Roll forward, shoulders down, leg up. Change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs like a cobra's tail. Toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes. Roll forward and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody come up. Struggle a little harder, don't give up. Mouth down, shoulders down, triceps tight. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, lower down with control. Take your arms out, look to the right, left ear on your mat, breathe. So that posture is a little cardiovascular, right? We increase the heart capacity, the heartbeat, especially as we bring weight into the heart muscle. And at the same time, we're stretching out the arms, the hands. And if the arms are underneath you, right, you cut off a little bit of circulation to the arms. When you release that with an elevated heart rate, get a nice rush of blood to your fingers, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. Second set, chin forward, arms straight position, rotate your arms, palms face down, bring your arms underneath you. One day, pinky fingers touch. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. And you know, every posture has different benefits, and every posture has different benefits to different people. So again, on a physical level, right, we're stretching out the arms, the hands, we're strengthening the whole back of the body. Lift your leg up, change, right leg down, relax your right leg, lock your left leg, point your left toes, and lift your left leg up. But there's other non-physical benefits to postures, right? So for me, this posture teaches me a little bit of grit and tenacity. It's not my favorite posture, but I know that it's good for me, so I do it anyways. Leg up, change, left leg down. Third part, tuck your chin and mouth down. Bring your arms a little closer underneath you. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Shoulders down, triceps tight, knees, feet together. Squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift your thighs up. Change, lower down. Bring your arms out. Look to the left, right ear on your mat. Whenever people ask me, like, can you explain the benefits of this posture? You know, of course, yes, I can explain like the purported physical benefits of the posture, but I always think like, actually, that's a really deeply personal question, because each of these postures has taught me something different about myself. And each of these postures has meant something different to me during different seasons of my life. So for example, for any long-term practitioner, there will be a time where a posture simply is not appropriate for you to do. It does not work for your body. You're dealing with an injury, an illness, maybe a pregnancy, something like that. Maybe it just doesn't feel good that day, right? That's an opportunity for self-compassion, for stepping back, for patience. At other times, there might be a posture where like, oh, it's so hard, but you know it's so good for you and it feels so good after class, right? That's an opportunity for like tenacity and grit. Bring your chin forward, Pranayama, full locust. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Zip up your legs, toes, heels touch. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor. This is really, I'm going to reveal that I'm a millennial here and a nerd, but there's an Ariana Grande song called Thank You Next, where she's talking about ex-boyfriends and she's like, one taught me patience, one taught me love, you know, and I always think about that with yoga postures, right? One taught me patience. Keep your knees, feet together, toes, heels touch. Thank you next. Lock your legs, squeeze your butt, point your toes, lift your thighs a little higher, arms a little higher, thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down with control, tuck in your wings, look to your right, left ear on your mat, breathe. Second set, chin forward, arms out to the side, knees, feet together. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up and lift. Everything lifting off the floor. Can you lift your arms a little higher in the second set? So in this posture, when we lift the chest and the thighs off the floor at the same time, we're really starting to strengthen our back muscles. We are also really opening through our chest and shoulders where a lot of us carry tension. Keep your neck long. You are not dropping your head all the way down, but you also don't need to jam it all the way back, right? Just kind of look beyond your eyebrows up towards the ceiling. Lift your arms a little higher, thighs a little higher, look up, chest up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down, tuck in your wings, look to your left, right ear on your mat. And the same way that there will be, seasons in your life where you should not do a posture, or where, it might be hard to do a posture, but you do it anyways. Or seasons in your life where a posture that used to be so hard is all of a sudden your favorite posture. Yes, that too, or vice versa. There will also be seasons where we can do a posture, but just with modifications or to a different degree, right? So if you're ever curious about, I want to honor the spirit of this posture, but the exact thing is not working for me, always happy to workshop with you before or after class about little modifications that we can do so that you still, feel the posture, but it feels accessible to you. Last posture on the stomach, Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index fingers. And if you can't grab both feet, in the first set, grab one foot, opposite arm out in front. Second set, switch it up. Otherwise, knees, feet close together. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up towards the ceiling and start to kick into your hands. Good, continuously keep kicking without stopping, without intermission. It's the kick that drives the posture. In the spine strengthening series, we started with Cobra, where we lifted the chest. Then we did Locust, where we lifted the legs. Then we did full locust, where we lifted the chest and legs at once. And now we're connecting the hands and feet and lifting the chest and legs, right? So the sequence, the order of the postures makes a lot of sense. This is a deeper back bend, a bigger chest and shoulder opener. And we're stretching the whole front of our body, strengthening the whole back of our body, calves, hamstrings, glutes, spine, triceps. Point your toes, look up, kick, 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 change, lower down and control. Look to your right, left ear on your mat, breathe. Second set, bring your chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes. Start with knees, feet close together. Point your toes, look up towards the ceiling, and kick into your hands. So at first the shoulders are down. Eventually they're going to roll back and open, opening the chest even more. Notice if your knees are way wider than your hips, try to keep the knees, ankles, hips relatively in line. Notice if your wrists are bending, bring the insides of the wrists together a little bit so the wrists are straight, wrists, elbows, and shoulders in line. Kick your big toes up to the ceiling, kick, kick, kick. Change, slowly lower down. Look to your left, right ear on your mat, and let that one go. Thank you. Next, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up, come to the top of your mat, fixed firm, Supta Vajrasana. I will show you the first set of these postures from the side. Open your knees, open your feet, starting tabletop position. And as you're ready, you're going to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until eventually you can sit between your heels. Now this week, my left knee has been real tight, so I'm going to stay here, especially in the first set, but you can keep going. When you're ready, put your hands on your feet, right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain, left elbow down to floor. If both elbows touch the floor, drop your head back. If head touches the floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. This is an example of a posture where a little bit goes a long way. You want a gentle stretch through your toes, ankles, knees, hips, quads, but never a point of pain or a point where you're like making a face or holding your breath. Think about sending a slow breath all the way into the tight parts of your body. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up with control, head up last, very nice, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So sometimes you'll hear a cue in yoga and all different types of yoga that sounds a little something like this, and we can practice it here. Send a nice slow breath to the tips of your toes. And for some people, that's really powerful. And for other people, it's kind of ridiculous. How can I breathe into my toes? It is a visualization technique, an imagination technique, and particularly in a world where, gosh, things are stressful. One of our first trauma responses is to lose our sense of imagination or creativity, right? Like all the time right now, I'm hearing people being like, it is hard to imagine a world without COVID, right? The same way it is hard to imagine sending a breath into my toe. So yoga can be a really low stakes opportunity to practice a little bit of imagination, creativity, hope, and courage, even if that comes out like I'm sending a breath into my heart space, right? A little bit of visualization there can go a long way to restoring creativity and hope, like in the mind as well. Another sit up, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, turn, come to the top of your mat, second set, fixed firm. Sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, open your feet, sit down between your heels. You might find that second set feels different. Put your palms on your soles, right elbow down, left elbow down, drop your head back, head to floor, tuck your chin in, neck, shoulders on the floor, arms over your head, grab your elbows each other and hold. So maybe think about sending a nice slow breath to a part of your body that could use a little extra love right now. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, very nice, turn around Savasana, and as we release out of the posture, right, we get a nice rush of blood through the hips, the knees, the ankles, the toes. The Savasanas and the other asanas work in tandem, right? Often we actually get the kind of like medicinal benefits when we release from a posture because that's where we get blood flow through the body. You're always welcome to skip sit-ups by rolling off to the side, especially if after class your back hurts, and not in like a good, I just worked that way, but in a like, ooch, ouch, skip the sit-ups next class. That's the first thing that we want to take out. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat, half tortoise, Ardha knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, big stretch up, chin away from your chest, go down. You can always put your hands on the floor and walk yourself in and out of this one. Otherwise, try to touch forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. This is a big shoulder opener. The palms are together. Try to get your elbows off the floor. So just the knife edges of the pinky fingers touch the floor. The rest of your arms are in the air. We're also stretching out through the toes, ankles, knees. Slide your pinky fingers forward, sink your hips back, stretch, stretch, stretch. In all of these postures where we're kneeling, you're always welcome to roll up your mat or a towel a little bit so there's extra padding under toes, ankles, or knees if those are delicate joints. Change, slowly come up. You can push yourself up with your hands or lift up, arms with ears, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So over the years, I've accumulated a lot of little tricks up my sleeve, like a squirrel hoarding nuts. I've accumulated a lot of tricks up my sleeve with all of these postures. So if you ever have a question about a modification or a trick, come talk to me. Or if you have a good modification or a trick that you've never heard me modify, please tell me, because I'm always looking for new information, right, to help as many people as possible experience this sequence of yoga in like a healthy, sustainable, joyful way. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the back of your mat, second set, half tortoise, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs. If it hurts to sit on your heels, you can always start standing on your shins, stretch up and go down. Eventually forehead to floor first, then little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, slowly come up. Good, arms down, turn around, Savasana. So that posture where we stretch out the spine, the hips, the shoulders, the neck, prepares us for the next posture, Camel Pose, where we do a big heart chest opener and a healing back bend. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Great. Try and come to the top of your mat, Camel Pose, our deepest back bend. Stand on your knees, 6 inches between your knees and your feet. Place your hands on your lower lumbar spine, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Cross your hips forward, keep your eyes open, lift your chest and look up. This might be enough for today. You can stay here or lift your nose and chin and throat and let your head tilt back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. If you can't grab your heels, keep your hands on your back for support. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up, drop your head back. When you're ready, place your hands on your back. Press yourself up, head up last. Stretch up tall, sit down, turn around, Savasana. Head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat, breathe. At the camp that I volunteer at, there was a year where there were a lot of changes going on. And so one of our like catchphrases with the high school campers was like, don't anticipate, participate. And I loved that. And I think it's even more relevant for yoga than it is for like high school campers. Don't anticipate, participate. Sometimes we spend our whole Savasana anticipating the next posture, or sometimes we're so sure that we can't do a posture, or so sure that, you know, okay, this is always the easy one for me, that we miss what's really going on the inside, right? So rather than anticipating or assuming what the second set is going to be like, just participate, just enjoy the moment. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat for a second set of camel. You can open your knees a little wider, 8 to 10 inches between your knees, still 6 inches between your feet. Put your hands on your lower back, and maybe bring your elbows close together behind you, second set. Press your hips forward, lift your chin and chest, and let your head drop back. Go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside. Full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift chest up, drop head back. And when you're ready, place your hands on your back, press yourself up. Stretch up, sit down, turn around, Savasana. Let that one go. All you have to do is breathe. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Enjoy the stretch. Good. Turn, come to the middle of your mat for Garudasana, going in the other direction. Knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside. If you're like me and you have a long torso and short arms, you might not be able to grab your heels at the top, right? You can grab your butt. That's okay. Stretch up. Tuck your chin to your chest and go down. Roll your spine like a nautilus shell, forehead to knees, top of head to floor. Once your head is on the floor, now reach back, full palm grip on your heels, everybody. Option to stay here with your hips down. As you're ready, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, and lift your hips up. Eventually, hips over knees, arms lock out. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but your head stays in place. If your feet are coming off the floor or your grip is sliding, ease up a little bit, full palm grip on your heels. You want about 30% of your body weight in your head, but like 70% of your body weight in your feet on the floor and the grip on the heels. Squeeze your heels together, roll forward, hips up. Change, hips down first, and then slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. So every body is different. Every body proportion is different. Every life experience is different. Every day is different, right? So again, if something that I say or another teacher says does not speak to you, it doesn't mean that you're doing it wrong, right? It just means that like we might have different experiences in the posture. We're again different proportions in our body, right? And that's okay too. So yoga is really meant for everybody, but you know, the language around it doesn't always encompass everyone, right? So just keep that in mind. Everyone is welcome here. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Come to the middle of your mat. Second set, knees, feet together, hips on your heels. Grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, tuck your chin to your chest, and go down. Go down in and out of this posture with control, because again, it's a rounded spine posture, right? You want to go slow, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one, but head stays in place. Squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together, squeeze your heels together. Sometimes you have to hear things a few times to internalize it. So if nobody's told you this yet today, you are loved, you are loved, you are so loved. Bring your hips back down to your heels, change, slowly uncurl, feel each part of your body unfurling, head up last. Very nice. Turn around, Savasana. That was the last of the kneeling fixed firm postures. Next, we go into our warm-up series. So the same way that sometimes we anticipate the next posture towards the end of class, sometimes we anticipate what comes after class, right? If that's you, just notice that it's me too. And then let's just come back into our breath, back into our body, back into our yoga practice. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, Sharasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L as in legs. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. You can bend your right leg as much as you want to touch knee and head together. Interlock your 10 fingers up to the webbing, flex your right toes back to your face. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, heel to costume, stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. So this is our third and final Sharasana head to knee posture. We did one balancing on one leg, we did one balancing on two legs, and now we're on our butt, so it's a little bit more accessible to touch your exactly forehead and knee together, front side compression. Change, arms up, both legs out and in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Tanasana stretching. I'll show you from the side. Bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with your peace sign fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. You're going to fold forward. Otherwise, legs straight, stick your butt out even more, lock your legs, puff up your chest, and fold forward. Think about hooking your ribs over your knees, stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch, one day toes and head touch. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. So keep in mind that head to knee and stretching are different postures. Sharasana head to knee, right, in Ayurvedic medicine, that's about compression, compressing the front of the body. A stretching pose, Tanasana, is about stretching your core and your back at the same time. So they're different. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Good. Second set, right leg out, left leg in, two legs make an L. Big stretch up. Turn to your right, chin to chest, touch your forehead to your knee. So eventually forehead and knee touch with a straight or even locked leg. Eventually heel off the floor, eventually elbows to floor, stomach in, left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg in, heel to costume. Sole of right foot pushes into inner left thigh bicep. Make sure that your leg is not on top of your foot. Stretch up, turn to your left, chin to chest. Touch your forehead to your knee, elbows down, abdomen in, jaw relax. Notice if your right knee or right hip are coming off the floor, roll into the right, two shoulders and hips in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you, lie down, hands up. Stretching, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes, thumbs on top, scoot your buns back, right, left, right, left. Notice if your toes are turning in like tacos and your knees are coming apart, try to keep the knees together, soles of the feet face forward. If your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest, fold. Stomach to thighs, pull, chest to knees, stretch. One day toes and head touch. Change, come on up, turn around, Savasana. We always end the sequence with one set of a spine twist, which is really good for resetting the back, almost like a chiropractic adjustment. It's also good for digestion at the end of class, preparing you for a nice, yummy lunch after. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Great, turn, come to the middle of your mat and towel for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fish pose. Bend your left leg on the floor, touch your right heel to your left knee corner. Right arm close behind you like a second spine. Left arm up, bend over, grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, stomach in. Exhale, look over, right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance. You can also take it off the floor and grab your hip, your waistband, or even your left thigh with your right hand for a bind. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones so you're not leaning back or to one side. Point your left toes, keep your left knee on the floor, right foot on the floor, right big toe pointing forward, drop your shoulders, lift your chest, inhale, stretch out, exhale, stomach in, look over, right shoulder, twist, twist, twist. Change, unwind, swap out your legs, bend your right leg on floor, touch left heel to right knee. You can also have your right leg out in front of you. Left arm close behind you, right arm up and over, grab your right knee with your right hand. If you can't grab your knee, try grabbing your mat instead. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. Notice if you are sitting on your right foot, slide it out of the way, roll to the right. You can keep your hand very close behind you like a kickstand, second spine for support, or you can take it off the floor and grab your hip, your waistband, or even right thigh with left hand. Drop your shoulders, lift your chest. Keep your right knee down, left foot down, point your right toes. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look back, twist, twist, twist. Feels so good. Change, unwind, turn around, Savasana. We begin the 26 and 2 sequence with a breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth, and we end full circle with another breathing exercise, exhaling through the mouth. Kapalbhati breathing, skull shining breathing, good for lungs, digestion, abdominal wall, and good for just kind of like exhaling out anything you want to let go of. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. All right. Come to the middle of your mat. Final breathing. You can sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs. If it hurts to sit on your feet, don't do it silly. Sit on your butt, crisscross applesauce. Every once in a while, see if you can sit on your feet. You're going to exhale through your mouth. As you exhale through your mouth, pull your abdomen in. When the stomach relaxes, the lungs automatically take in air. So the exhale is forceful, audible, intentional. The inhale is really passive and subtle. You barely notice it's happening. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, concentrate. Meditate. Don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If you're sitting crisscross applesauce, switch which leg is on top. Throughout the posture, try to keep your arms straight and your shoulders still. So rather than, not that anybody's doing this, but rather than moving your whole body, right? It's just like the abdomen that's moving. The rest of the body stays still. Sit up tall, drop your shoulders, look straight ahead. Begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug, high five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Take a nice slow breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Breathe in. Breathe out. If that practice of participating, not anticipating, felt meaningful in any way, you can practice that off of your yoga mat. And let me be clear, you can practice that. It doesn't mean that it's going to come easily or that it'll happen all the time. But if you'd like, throughout the rest of your day, I encourage you or invite you to occasionally practice just being in the present moment with your breath, with your body, with the company that you keep, whether that's others or simply yourself, right? Breathing in, breathing out, and all is coming.